Okay, group, come on over here. I have a demonstration on toasting nuts. We're going to be using nuts in some of our vegetable varieties, and also can be used in a sauce for a garnish. So, in terms of toasting a nut, what I like to do, I put the nuts right in a saute pan. All right, I got some pine nuts here, and I got some walnuts here. What I like to do, I like to take the nuts, even though they have their own oil, what I like to do is add just a little bit of oil to them. All right, just add a little bit of oil to them, not much, just a little bit, okay? And then I like to mix them up a little bit. You could do them right in the pan on top of the range, but to get that total toasted flavor for a nut, the best thing to do is put them into the oven. All right, now remember on this oil, if you're using nuts, you can also use a flavored oil like a peanut oil. It's very nice. But again, you got to be very careful with peanut and peanut oil allergens. So what I used was just a very mild vegetable oil on the nut. And what the oil does for me, when I go and put these in the oven and toast them, it's going to give a nice shine, and it's going to give an even toast to them. All right? So let's put these in the oven and get them toasted. Now, as they're in the oven, I'm going to be moving them around very periodically so you get a nice even toast on them. All right, so let's let them in there for a few minutes. Okay, since you guys are working on this here, right, this station area, come on over here, take a look at these nuts and see what we got. They're starting to toast up a little bit. With that oil, they start to stick a little bit because of the protein. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mix this around a little bit to get nice even cook on them. Some are starting to toast up already on that one. Okay, now we'll take a look at let's take at the walnuts. Walnuts are easy to move because they're a little bit bigger. Now they're starting to toast up a little bit. So we just move them around, get a nice little toast on them. And they're going to be in here for a few more minutes, but we got to keep an eye on them because once they start toasting, they're going to toast pretty fast. Okay, let's take a look at these nuts here. We've been periodically stirring them to make sure that they get a nice even toast. These are about ready to go. Let's take a look at the walnuts. Because the pine nuts are much smaller than the walnuts, it's going to take a little longer for the walnuts to toast. But they're starting to toast up now. I'm going to leave them in there for about another minute or two, and then I'm going to take these out. Let's take these out and put these up here. Now you got to remember, these pans are still really, really hot. So my suggestion, as soon as they come out and you got a nice toast on them, get them out of the pan. Put them into a bowl, put them in some type of a container so they don't continue to toast. Okay, so let's get the spoon. And always, when you're working with an oven, always have a towel in your hand. All right, now see, we got these out of here. All right, now by putting that oil on them, you can see that oil gives them a nice little shine and gives a fairly even toast on them. There's our pine nuts. Okay, group, I think these nuts are pretty well done. Let's take a look at them, the walnuts. I think they're perfect. All right, let's take a look at these. Now, especially with the walnuts that you got, you still got the skin on the walnut. And if you take a look at that skin on the walnut, it's nice and shiny, okay? And it's got an even coat all the way around it. It's got a nice toast to it. Smells really good. So we're gonna put this in a bowl so it don't continue to toast and stick and burn on the bottom of the pan. So like I said, make sure that you get it into a container so it stops them from toasting. Here's your walnuts.